Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
So can you share with us a certain scene or, a story or just something you like about the comics version of Naomi in general?
Mm. What I really like about the comic version of Naomi is, I remember seeing this one scene where she goes to therapy. In it, I really thought that was a nice touch, especially in the beginning. I also think that the way that Jamal Campbell illustrated the Superman fight scene was really, really cool. And when she finds out about her Earth, I thought that was really, really cool. So I read the comic and I could not put it down.
Oh, I love that.
The comic is, Tessa, the comic is great. I know you're going to.
I know, I have it on order. So I'm going to dive into it. Yeah, I can't wait.
She got early Peacemaker episodes, and that's what she's been doing.
I've been busy.
Anyways, but yeah, Tessa, you have to read it. And I love that therapy session, like right immediately after. That was amazing. Yes. Speaking of that fight, and this is not a spoiler, anybody watching, Superman is fighting Mongol in the beginning of the comic, right? So have you talked to James Gunn about possibly Naomi showing up in the next Suicide Squad? Because there's comic background, because Mongol's daughter was in Suicide Squad. There's a connection.
No, I haven't.
You should.
No, and I used to watch the first Suicide Squad so much. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, my family needs to watch this. So we all sat in the living room. I made them watch it with me. But that would be so cool.
Can you imagine Harley and Naomi?
I would love that. Oh, that would be fantastic. So I watched the first episode again this morning. I watched it 4 times now. All I have is the first episode, and I'm like, give me more. I need more. I'm really, really into it already. But I have to know the skateboarding. Did you learn to skateboard, or is that somebody else?
I have always really been, active on my feet. I'm a dancer. I ice skate, so I could roller skate, of course. And I did not know how to ride a skateboard. And it was they had changed it very quickly in the process. So I found out to skateboard 2 days before we started shooting. So we didn't have time to teach me how to skateboard. And also, since I'm 17, if I get hurt, then that could be really bad. Oh. So I have great skate doubles and great camera angles that make it look like me. If people were to see what I was actually on while I'm skateboarding, I should post that on my Instagram. They would be dumbfounded because it looks so great on the camra.
Oh, you have to post it on Instagram because I need to know. Because I was like, oh, she must know how to skateboard. It looks completely seamless. Natural. It does. Yeah, it looks very seamless. So props to the editing there for that.
Yeah. How much of Naomi is I know this, so we've determined that skateboarding is not something you share. How much do you share with the actual Naomi personality, just some of her likes and dislikes? How much is Kaci in this character that you're playing?
I think that, we're very, similar on the surface. I started the show when I was 16. Being a teenager, first of all, I pull so much of that into me and into the character, and our lives often parallel. It's really interesting. But I think what I bring into her is my drive and my passion. When people tell her no, and you especially see that in the first episode, when people tell her no, that doesn't mean she's going to stop. She's searching because she has this drive and this passion. It's a deeper desire why she can't figure out why she's going this hard, why she needs to find out these answers. But I think that I bring that especially into her, and also her funky sense of style. I'm not afraid to wear something that not everybody else is wearing.
Yeah, her sense of style is definitely something I'm Ava said during the conference that she admires it. I admire it because I wish I had that, bravery to just wear whatever because it looks good on her, Yeah.
It's because she wears it with a confidence, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It may look a little funky on other people, but it's just her. She's authentically herself.
I was just curious how you would describe, if you could describe Naomi in 3 words centrally, what would they be?
The show or the character?
The character.
I would say passionate, driven, which is kind of similar to passionate, confident.
I love that. I get those vibes right from the first. See, this shows how good. Bravo, you're doing fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic.
For Naomi, Superman is obviously means a lot to her, right? It's kind of like an inspiration and just maybe a little bit of an obsession. But I'm curious who in your life, in real life, inspires you?
Ooh, yeah, Naomi, of course, Superman inspires her because he's adopted. And, that's, we go deeper into why she desires him, looks up to him so much. But I think in my life, who inspires me, of course, like my mom, and my brother and my dad, but especially my grandmother. I've always really looked up to my grandmother. She has a very special story, and I often sort of bring her into my work sometimes. I think that, I've always looked up to her, and I think that she's such a strong woman and really an example of a real life superhero. I would say, of course, Miss Ava, I look up to, just grateful to know her. She's like your idol that you have and meet her in person, and she's like 10 times better and know her. So I'm grateful to, have her in my circle. But there, there's a lot of, especially women and Black women that in my life, or just that I know of, that I look up to.
Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.